Hi, this is Lonnie Garcia with the Reno Chess Club. I'd like to analyze a game I just did online. Starts with the London System, Queen's Pawn Open. Everything is pretty much standard at this point. Right here, he fianchettos the bishop. He's playing the Owen defense. You can see that the king's pawn came out early, and then he fianchettoed the bishop, which is the Owen defense in reverse. And then I just kept going with my typical opening moves, my development of pieces for the London System. And then he wanted to fianchetto his dark square bishop. This is not uncommon in modern chess, is to fianchetto both bishops. And when he did that, he didn't fianchetto the bishop. Instead, he threatened my dark squared bishop, which was on an unprotected square. There was, since I decided to grab the center with my, usually the, if I just go back a couple of moves, right there I took my pawn, king's pawn, on the E file, and went ahead and grabbed center space since his white square bishop was fianchettoed. And that's when he decided to threaten my bishop, and then I went ahead and just took his, and then he recaptured with his knight. So therefore, the dark squares weren't an option anymore, since both dark square bishops were off the table. That's why I wanted to hang on to my queen. And so I'm just going to move on here. That's why I moved my queen to the dark squares. He starts a kingside pawn storm, which I was kind of confused about. And then I finally bring my light squared bishop into play. He finally brings his queen out to center, decides to play some defense in the center. I had a good square for my knight. That's always a good on the fifth rank to put a. You can see that there's nothing really challenging my knight on that square because it is a dark square, so there's no bishop or pawn that can take it. The only thing that can take it would be the knight, which he later does later on in the game. Okay, so now he takes a push forward with his pawn threatening my light squared bishop. I get it out of the way, and now I am focusing on a rare moment. The pawn that is on the E6 square is unprotected, and it's directly in front of the king. So I'm just pinning it right now, and I'm not going to grab it right now. So now he moves his knight into position to take my knight. I developed my knight over on the queen side, and then he, as planned, he went ahead and captured, and then I recaptured with my pawn. He brings his center pawn down farther, which is not really doing much of anything. I capture with my queen, so now my queen is centrally located and it's still on a dark square. He brings his knight in. Now this was the only problem that I really had, because right there you can see he can fork both my, he could put me in check and fork my queen and my rook. And I saw this immediately, so I brought my rook to cover C2, which was the troubled square. Now he could have taken A2. I don't know why he didn't do that. I could have just brought my knight over and threatened his queen, but instead he chose to bring his rook into play. I'm not exactly sure why he did that. I think he was trying to eventually, oh, I see, he was trying to threaten my queen with his pawn. Okay, and that's when I took with my bishop, and then he threatens my queen, which is covered by his rook. And then I brought my queen over to, which got my queen out of out of jail, and then I also put it on the H file, which now I have. There's just a pawn just hanging unprotected, and he brings his queen to a interesting place. He was going to try to capture the pawn on G2 and threaten my rook, which is eventually what he did. I went ahead and taken his H7 pawn, so now I'm in control of the seventh rank. And now I don't know what that was to protect. That was actually a good move to protect the light squares, since he could see the checkmate was coming on the let's see, it'll be D7 square. And then right there, oh, let me go back. Okay, right there, I bring my knight into play to cover my bishop. I had planned on doing that, and I'm also attacking his light squared bishop. He takes my center pawn with the queen. That's actually a pretty good move, but I don't think it was quite enough. He also put me in check. I just moved my king out of the way, because that way I could pin his queen if I ever got my bishop out of the way with my rook. So he takes my knight, which is a good play. And now I just move my rook over to the E file, because now all I have to do is move my bishop out of the way and put him in check. So now that's when he brought in his knight, and this was really the only danger I had, so it was a do or die situation for me. And that's when I put him in double check. You can see my bishop is protected by my queen over on H7, and he's also in check with my rook on E1. So it's a double check. And the next move he does is he has to move his king out of the way to dark square. There's no other way he can go. And this was the devastating blow, checkmate. So you can see that my queen on the 7th rank really came into handy, and that bishop that was sitting on the light squares that was dormant most of the game finally came in and took that pawn on the E6 square that was totally undefended almost the entire game. And then once it was protected by the knight, even though the knight did get captured, I was able to regain my composure and offensive strategy. And there you see, that is a beautiful checkmate. Hope you guys like this video, and I'm going to be posting some more of my wins. I won't be posting any of my losses, but I will be posting a lot of my wins. Thank you, and that'll do it.